Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my award-winning series, Watching Men Cry. I really want to change the name because it sounds a bit too spiteful for my liking. It gives off this impression that I'm some like red-haired vegan feminist with a mug labeled Men's Tears, and that's not really the vibe I want to give out. If you have any suggestions, then like always, I'm all ears. As usual, I've lined up some individuals with some pretty crazy shit to say, and as you might have guessed, yes, we're going to hear MGTOWs complain about single moms even more this week. So buckle up, dude, this one's gonna be a doozy.
Buckle up, buckaroos!
Hello guys, CrestfallenContrarian here. Today we're going to look at the single mother circus that is this clown.
Starting off the video strong with another MGTOW complaining about single mothers, because that's their favorite fucking subject apparently. MGTOWs truly believe that single moms are going to be the downfall of society. If you don't believe me, go watch my video on Think Before You Sleep and his outrageous claims about single moms. MGTOWs are always conveniently neglecting to mention how often men completely abandon their wives and children, which again is very fucking common. Yeah, how dare you choose to raise a child completely on your own at such a young age? You make me sick.
This is the thing, guys. This whole, let's get into the whole toxic masculinity kind of stuff, okay? When people say toxic masculinity because there's a certain belief that you have to be this way to be a man, you have to be that way to be a man, it's often perpetuated by women. These kinds of very sneaky women where they try and make you feel like you're less of a man. They try and gatekeep what a man is simply because you don't conform to their standards.
Actually, no, it's not women who are gatekeeping what makes a man. It's men who do that. It's the men who feel the need to be the provider in a relationship. It's the men who feel the need to be in control of every part of a relationship that are gatekeeping manhood. Women aren't the ones who are jumping through hoops to be an alpha male. Women aren't making these videos on how to be a sigma. It's all men. These men are the orchestrators to their own demise, but nah, blame women because they're responsible for everything wrong in the world.
Because you don't want to be some beta simp who is going to raise another man's spawn, because that's ultimately what it is with these creatures, these bizarre single mothers who, you know, it was all very well and good when they let this other man, slide up in those guts and put a baby in there, and now they expect someone else to raise it because they are incapable of having a long-term, lasting relationship with this person who knocked them up, and also they're incapable of deciding who will be a good father figure in the future.
Yeah, to every kind-hearted man who takes in a foster child and watches after them as if they're their own blood, you're just a beta simp raising another man's spawn. How fucking beta of you, dude. Very beta of you to want to look after someone's kids who you didn't create. Look, judging by how you called this woman a creature, I'm gonna go ahead and assume you don't get out too much. So personally, I've gone out with two women who have children of their own. One of these women being in her 40s and the other in her early 20s with very different, lifestyles. And let me tell you, they don't want you anywhere fucking near their kids. Until you've proven that you've got a good head on your shoulders, then don't expect to meet their kids anytime soon. These women don't expect you to raise their child. If anything, they're fully prepared to raise them on their own, rather than risk letting another man fuck things up for them. Single moms will gouge your fucking eyes out with zero hesitation if it means protecting their baby. So calling them creatures and weak proves that you don't understand how being a parent feels.
And they themselves have problems where they can't sustain the relationship and it falls apart, and then they try and say, oh, now you have to get with me and raise this other man's child, even though it's not yours, and you're not a real man for doing it. Let me tell you guys, you are a real man. If you have a thingy between your legs, you're a real man. That's it. There's none of this back and forth. You're a real man if you do this, you're a real man if you do that, you're a real man if you have a beard, or if you do this thing, if you do that. A man is a man, okay?
You're right. A man is a man. Thank you, CrestfallenContrarian, for standing up for the trans men and women of this country, of the world. Very alpha of you. Now let's move on to what you actually said. If a man is a man, then why the fuck do MGTOWs care so much about being betas and alphas and sigmas and all this other bullshit? Oh, a man is a man, so this Melvin and this Greek Adonis are the same, right? Well, according to MGTOWs, that's not true at all. Yeah, a man is a man, but if you're deathly afraid of single mothers, then you're not a man. You're a small boy, a small, fragile, weak little boy.
And just don't fall for these desperate tactics, these simp like tactics. Because any man who would dare raise a single mother's child, if you're not the actual father of that child, is nothing more than a simp. And they should be held accountable for their simp actions.
And they should be held accountable for their simp actions, he says. What the fuck does that... Do you want to arrest them for raising somebody else's kid? Fuck you, dude. But Mr. Contrarian, you just said that a man is a man. What were your words again?
Let me tell you guys, you are a real man. If you have a thingy between your legs, you're a real man. That's it. There's none of this back and forth. You're a real man if you do this, you're a real man if you do that, you're a real man if you have a beard, or if you do this thing, if you do that. A man is a man, okay?
I don't know, it kind of sounds like you're gatekeeping what a man is supposed to be. It almost sounds like a bit of a toxic masculinity, if you ask me. You know, that thing that you scorned this woman for doing so earlier? Yet again, MGTOWs have proven that they have no idea what the hell they actually want. But they know that women are responsible for keeping it from them. Bro, I was wondering when I'd find another channel like mine, but like in the MGTOW community. You know, like a person using an anime drawing to like represent themselves. I mean, Only a fucking dork would do that, am I right, guys? You know, like a weird bizarro world version of my own channel. So this was nice. I watched a couple more videos from this guy, and this was really the only video that stood out to me. Sure, the rest have like red-pilled opinions and all that shit, but like, this was the only video I came across that was pretty toxic, so I doubt we'll talk about this channel again, unless... Next up on the chopping block, we have a channel called Sanq4, SANQ4. I'm sure that stands for something, because MGTOWs love to make acronyms or whatever, but I have no fucking clue what it could be. Salty, Angry, Nerdy Queens 4? Who knows? Also, the narrator for this video, it almost sounds like a text-to-speech sort of thing. It could just be in my dumb ears, but let me know what you think.
MGTOW stands for men going their own way. In this movement, men voluntarily choose to not get into marriage or relationships with women for one or more of the following reasons. Gynocentric laws. Laws of almost all countries are designed in a way that favors women.
So that was a fucking lie.
Laws aren't designed to cater to women. They're designed to keep the rich white men at the top happy and in control. In Texas, if a young woman is raped and impregnated by her father, then she is by law unable to get an abortion and must take responsibility for her father's crime. And when I say that, I mean she must go through the 9 months of being pregnant and giving birth to this fucking bastard child. Take a look at all these countries that are perfectly fine with a 12-year-old girl marrying a 50-year-old man. Doesn't seem like that was designed to favor women, does it? I'm sure you'll feel differently about these laws favoring women once a woman close to you is assaulted and forced to give birth to a child. I'm sure that'll be the wake-up call for you.
Assault or domestic violence accused men are considered guilty until proven innocent, even in case of false assault or violence accusations. Women are never penalized, and if they fail to prove their innocence, their entire life is ruined.
Shit, okay. Alright guys, buckle up. This is gonna be a long episode. If you were to lie about domestic abuse and it was proven that you were lying, you'd be looking at least 6 months in jail or more. It really depends on the judge in that case. The reason why men are considered guilty until proven innocent in a lot of these cases is because 95% of the time, they usually are guilty. So this claim that women are never penalized is, as you guessed it, complete bullshit. As for the men who are guilty until proven innocent, let me say this. I would rather believe what a woman is saying and risk being wrong than accuse her of lying only to find out later that she actually was assaulted. MGTOWs treat rape allegations like it's fucking Salem. No, she's lying. Burn her.
Send him to the principal's office and have him expelled!
The court system mostly favors women in case of divorce. Men end up paying alimony and child support for the rest of their life simply because they worked hard towards their career and achieved success. And the woman just chose to be a stay-at-home mom. Men lose the custody of their child in 86.8% of the cases and end up paying alimony in 97% of the cases. The court system doesn't even make sure that the child support money is used for their child instead of the mother.
Hey guys, new drinking game idea. Take a drink every time a man neglects to mention their responsibility in any given situation. Stay-at-home dads seem pretty rare to me. Growing up, it always seemed like the father would go out to work all these hours while mom stayed home and watched the kids. MGTOWs seem to have a problem with being responsible for providing for their families, but like the thing is, like, dude, who's gonna watch the fucking baby? And like, for fuck's sake, dude, just pay the fucking alimony. If she has custody of your kids, then make sure the kids are alright. Fuck. The woman is going through a divorce. Like, if she wants to spend her own money on a new dress or something, then let her be happy. You have no way of knowing that's your alimony money or just her savings, so why bitch about it? Oh, man.
Women file 80% of the divorces, and 50% of marriages end up in divorce. And women cheat 50% of the time, so it's most likely not even your fault, but you will lose half of your life savings and end up paying money to your ex-wife for the rest of your life.
Okay, so half of all marriages end in divorce. Sure. But then he brings up how it's usually the woman who files for divorce. Almost as if he's trying to subtly tell us that women are just handing out divorces left and right. You don't know these women. You don't know what their home life is like. Has it ever crossed your mind that women get tired of putting up with their husband's bullshit and just leave? Then he throws in this line that goes, oh, women cheat 50% of the time. Dude, where are you getting these numbers? Yes, according to my calculations, approximately 7.0666. We're only 1 minute in, but this video is dedicated to just painting women as these like vile beings who seek to destroy men's lives. But remind me again, men, who proposed to these women? Who chose to get into the relationship? That's weird. Men.
2. Gynocentrism in society. Men assault is never taken seriously even though men are assaulted more than women if you include the prison population.
Yeah, if you include the prison population. You know, that place that houses pedophiles, rapists, and killers. Really brave of you to stand up for these guys. I mean, they can't seem to catch a break. Like, let's give it up for these guys, man. Woo, woo, woo.
4. Lack of incentive to get into relationships. Women are attracted to guys who are taller than them. Smarter than them. Make more money, funnier than them. Stronger than them. This leaves the guy with someone who is shorter, dumber, poor, weaker. So women put in nothing on the table besides sex.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Oh, boo-hoo. The guy who's 5'6" has to settle for a short, dumb, poor girl who went to community college. Bro, you could just like not date girls who care about that stuff. Like, you know that, right? It seems like the logic here is, well, I'm not 6 feet tall, so I guess that just leaves me with these gross, dumb, short, poor girls. Ugh. You know, these qualities that you have, but get absolutely furious when a woman won't date you because of those things. Yeah, the double standards for men in society, just so unfair.
5. Inherent female nature. From an evolutionary point of view, women are designed to choose mates who possess more resources as during caveman times. The male who bought in more resources could take care of her and her child better, while men are designed to be attracted to fertile women as they can breed healthier offsprings. So in layman terms, women are designed to be gold diggers. Dan Bilzerian wouldn't get as many chicks if he was homeless. And they expect the guy to prioritize his money to keep her happy, which she rewards using sex. So modern marriage is basically legalized prostitution, except it's more costly and can cost you 1,000 times more.
Remember when I told you guys that it seems like men want to go back to being cavemen so they could provide for women? Yeah, here we have a MGTOW saying that being expected to do that is unfair. So what the hell do MGTOWs want? It seems like they don't even fucking know what they're arguing about. God, can you believe that video was only 4 minutes long? In less than 4 minutes, this guy managed to say the most outlandish shit with nothing to back up what he was saying, which seems to be so common in the MGTOW community, as we've seen in my previous videos. So what did we learn here today? Well, MGTOWs think women have too many laws in favor of them. MGTOWs don't want to be expected to provide for women. And if you call a guy short, he will shit a hole straight through his adult diaper.
I know wear them. I don't wear diapers anymore.
Lastly, we'll be looking at a video that I found to be particularly disgusting. Pretty raw, pretty unfiltered, incredibly misogynistic at that, though. A friend of mine suggested that I react to MGTOWs on TikTok, but the problem with that is that MGTOW TikTok is really just reposts of other girls' TikToks with a caption like, "Oh, can you believe this girl? Can you believe what she's saying? I can't believe this shit. Can you believe this shit?" But I managed to find a dude who spent about 9 minutes ranting about this woman's TikTok, and the shit he says is just so outlandish. So, you know, here, let me just show you.
Do you know what would look good on you? Me.
Okay. All right, guys. What color were her eyes? Could you tell me anything you saw in the background? Because I sure shit can't. Starting off strong with a thirst trap type of TikTok. If you do this, please stop. It's not sexy. It's just cringy. Nobody looks at these TikToks and are like, damn, I want a piece of that. Men and women do this, and like, I don't understand the goal with these. Like, do you want a comment section full of degenerate comments? Like, what is the gain here?
Man, them good old 304s, man. You can't beat them shits with a stick, bro. It's absolutely insane what's going on right now. You're seeing more and more of these old, decrepit 304s, past their prime, damn near hitting 40 years old, chest, pretty much sagging, and they're just crying out. They want something. They want somebody. They want a man.
You look at this woman and you think she's past her prime? I'd hate to know how you see teenage girls if this is past your prime. Also, this term he uses, 304s. The deeper I dig into MGTOW territory, the more fun new words I get to learn. So when a MGTOW calls a girl a 304, he's calling her a hoe. Well, what the fuck? Where does hoe come from? They're numbers, Buggy. What? Well, if you type out 304 on a calculator and flip it over, then boom, there it is. MGTOWs are like children trying to invent their own language so they can get away with saying dumb shit, which in my opinion further proves that MGTOWs are giant pussies. Like, just knock it off with the doublespeak. Like, just say what you mean, man. Be a man.
Say it with your chest, little ass nigga.
They're just crying out. They want something. They want somebody. They want a man. But the thing is, you already reached your prime, and actually you're out of your prime now. So the men that you were looking for, the men you want, are not looking at you. They're looking at the younger breeds. They're looking at the 18 to 21s, between 18 and 24. Man, universally, between the ages of 18 and 60, prefer women between 18 and 24.
So first we had CrestfallenContrarian referring to single moms as creatures. Now we have this guy talking about young women as if they're a type of dog. Like, oh, them younger breeds, dog. The more MGTOW stuff we watch, the more it becomes clear that these guys don't see women as people. No, that's not true. We love women. You love women? You mean you love them younger breeds? Those creatures? You fucking freaks? This guy mentions how guys aged 18 to 60 universally prefer women 18 to 24, but he doesn't bring up how repulsive that shit is. If you're over 30 looking at girls who just turned 18, then I need you to be locked up immediately. You can make all the excuses you want, but that's some like Jeffrey Epstein type shit, dude. You need to knock it off. And I'm telling you right now, if you think that is healthy and fine, you are wrong, okay? We can debate on all this MGTOW shit, but when it comes to you being over 30 liking 18-year-olds, I'm gonna tell you, you're wrong. Also, I think he fails to mention how disgusting this is because he doesn't see it as something negative. I realize that's a big accusation to make, but you've got to think, if this guy sees women older than 40 as past their prime, and doesn't mention how it's weird for most men to gravitate towards young girls, it really paints a picture. A really unpleasant picture, might I add.
They're looking at the 18 to 21s, between 18 and 24. Man, universally, between the ages of 18 and 60, prefer women between 18 and 24. So why in the hell do these decrepit old 304s between the age of 30 to 40 years old think that they can compete with women or themselves when they were 18 to 21? They can't, because men are always gonna look for younger and tighter.
Why don't you have a seat right there? Right over there. You said men are always gonna look for younger and tighter. How young are we talking here, Chief? So now he's saying that 30-year-old women are past their prime in his eyes. If you don't think the woman in the TikTok that he showed is attractive, then that's completely fine. I want you to understand that that's not the argument I'm making here. Not everyone will agree on who's hot and who's not, because that's completely subjective. But to say that a woman in her 30s is old and past her prime, that's not a good look, bud.
You're saying, I got hella bodies, possible abortions that you don't know nothing about. I'm between 30 to 40 years old. I'm just using those ages as an example. Between 30 to 40 years old because this woman's definitely not in her prime. You don't need to know anything about my past. And you need to take me for who I am, what I look like, how I am now. And men are saying, fuck no, because you won't take us when we're living in the damn basement of our mom's house, smoking weed, getting fat, not working out, not ambitious, not goal orientated. You would not take us. It's the same shit.
Dude, all I'm hearing is a man bitching about not being able to land a hot 18-year-old. And he lists off all these problems with women, like, ew, what if she's had an abortion? What if she slept with multiple guys and worse? What if she's in her 30s or 40s? Listen, here's the red pill of the day. If you're gonna be this picky with women, then why should these women not be picky with men? If it's okay for you to see women older than 30 as past their prime, then why is it wrong for a girl to not want you because, I don't know, you don't have enough facial hair or something? If the idea of a woman having previous sexual partners scares you, then well, it makes a lot of sense why a girl that just turned 18 is so attractive to you.
As a result, this is the type of woman you're gonna see on the internet, on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, crying out for help, saying, somebody rescue me, I'm past my prime, I made terrible decisions in relationships in the past, and I want you to take responsibility for me.
I don't know, is this TikTok you showed screaming any of those things out to you? Does this short TikTok mention any of that at any point? Is it possible that you're projecting all this shit onto women because you see them as weak? I mean, who knows?
And in all honesty, this woman probably feels like she's deserving of a man of means, and I'm just here to say that if I'm a man of means, I'm not looking at you. And I think a lot of men can agree with me. We're not looking at you. We're looking for the hotter, younger girl that can give us kids, not give us a headache, not try to challenge us all the time, that is coachable, feminine, fit friendly, and just can provide vibes that you women like to call vibes. Oh, which is pretty much code word, fellas, for how you make a woman feel, pretty much.
Look, I have no idea who this woman is. Maybe she's a good person, maybe she's not. But to see this stranger on the internet and say that she's undeserving of someone that can make her happy is just a really shitty thing to say. And these qualities that you want women to have, young and breedable and all this other shit, it makes it sound like you just want a fuck toy. You want something that'll always support you, always agree with you, make you happy all the time, and will always be there when you need it. To those of you that haven't been in a relationship yet, let me tell you that a real, honest relationship is hard. It's not something that comes naturally. It's something that you both have to work at. Maybe you won't fight often, but it will happen. And that's what makes a relationship so nice. The two of you growing as people side by side for however long you two may last. The idea this young boy has of what a relationship should be only exists in fiction. Harem anime made for young boys, pop songs about love. If these are your ideals and standards for a woman, then this woman you showed in this TikTok earlier is 100% going to find a long-lasting, meaningful relationship way before you do, if ever, might I add. With these videos, I try my best to be respectful to the person speaking, even if I don't necessarily agree with most of the things they say. But this time, I'm gonna go ahead and say I really don't think this person deserves that basic level of respect. If you can look at someone and go, ew, I'll be in a loving relationship way before you, you decrepit old hoe, then no matter how hard you look, you'll never find happiness. Alright, well anyways, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Thanks again for watching. It really does mean a lot to me. This video was specifically difficult to put together, not because of the editing or stuff like that, but because having to sit down and watch these videos in their entirety is just excruciating. I like to be thorough, so by the time I've written the script, recorded the footage, and put it into Premiere, and then rewatch my own video for mistakes, however many times that may take, which is usually more than twice, I've seen these guys' videos like 4 or 5 times, which, oh dude, it takes a toll on my fucking monkey brain, let me tell you. It's all worth it though when I get to read your comments though, so don't think I'm like suffering or anything like that. Anyways, stay safe out there everyone, and I'll see you next time.